John Cena is officially done wrestling. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we are reviewing John Cena's last ever show as an in-ring competitor. Jumping into the first match, it was Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes. Champion versus champion. This match was back and forth for the most part, but it was definitely more so Obafemi than Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes kept getting some offense, trying to hit the elbow, trying to hit his father's elbow, trying all these moves out of his moveset and his father's moveset, but Obafemi kept reversing it. He chokeslammed him, he got him in a power bomb, he countered the bionic punch. I think he calls it something like that. And it was just insane. He even got Cody on the outside, got him on the announce desk, ran, threw him over. Cody's ear started bleeding. He threw him back in the ring. They were going at it. Cody finally hit him with a Cody cutter. They were both down. And out of nowhere, Drew McIntyre comes running in, takes him out, takes Cody Rhodes out, ends it into disqualification. Obafemi was pissed. He got face to face with Drew McIntyre, and it took a Cody cutter and a chokeslam to take Drew McIntyre out, and Cody and Oba shared a little moment in the ring afterwards. Jumping into the next match, it was Bayley versus Sol Ruca. This match, another back and forth match, showed a lot of Sol Ruca. It didn't show much to me because I watch NXT every week. I know what all of these people are capable of. But to someone that has never seen Sol Ruca, it really showed her talent. It was amazing. Lyra Valkyria in Bayley's corner, Zarya in Sol Ruca's corner. They didn't really get involved, but they did hype up their teammate. They were going crazy. A lot of back and forth. A lot of gymnastic ability from Sol Ruca. Bayley went for Bayley was here while Sol Ruca was on the top rope. She was about to hit something. Sol kicked her. She was down. She was here. Sol Ruca did a full cartwheel on the top rope and hit a crazy DDT on Bayley. And then there was another spot where Bayley went for the rose plant and she did a handstand to reverse it and then kicked her. It was just crazy athletics from Sol Ruca. And in the end, it really went downhill for Bayley once she finally hit the rose plant and pinned Sol Ruca, but her feet were right here on the bottom rope. It was in between the middle and bottom rope. And then she got pissed. She started beating her up. She went to the top rope. She was kind of hesitant for a little while, for a second, and Sol got the knees up as she went for the elbow drop. Then Sol Ruca was able to hit her with a soul snatcher for the win. Then Zarya, Lyra got in the ring, and they all shared a moment in the ring and did the John Cena salute. Jumping into the next match, it was AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater, and in my opinion, they showed the most potential with Leon Slater than they did Javon Evans. I think Javon Evans is a little overrated anyways, but they showed more so Leon than they did Javon. And the second the bell rang, Leon and Javon hit a super kick on AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Then Javon Evans did a beautiful suicide dive outside to, I believe it was AJ Styles. Could be wrong on that. I believe it was AJ Styles. And they were just going crazy. Another thing where it was just high flying. All four men are high flyers anyways, so it makes sense on why there would be a lot of high flying. It was just insane, crazy. And then my favorite spot in the match was when Leon Slater was right here, did like a dive over the top rope, and AJ Styles caught him beautifully for the Styles Clash, and then Javon Evans hit him with a super kick. That was so cool. But in the end, Javon Evans or Leon Slater went for a dive off the top rope. Styles caught him with a this time he was on the top rope, and he jumped towards AJ Styles. AJ Styles caught him again for the Styles Clash position, hit him with the Styles Clash, and I guess they retained their titles. On the on social media it says that they retained their titles, but they didn't announce the match for the championships. Everything was just confusing. It was whatever. No one mentioned it. They didn't announce them as we're still the champions. That part was weird. But in the end, they did what the other two matches did. They shared a moment in the ring because for John Cena. Jumping into the next segment, they were heading into the John Cena's last match, and then Stephanie McMahon said this match is going to be, and then The Miz cut her off. The Miz was in the ring. Stephanie and Joe Tessitore were talking, and they were like somewhere in the crowd on a podium. But Miz cut her off in the ring and said, "Awesome." And he was talking about how he should have a match on the show. He should be fighting Cena if anything, and if he can't be in Cena's last match, that he would be in Cena's last show, and he should have a match. And he was wearing the same gear he wore at WrestleMania when he fought John Cena. And then R-Truth came out. R-Truth came down to the ring in full John Cena merch. He had the hat, wristbands, armband, shirt, obviously. And he said, Miz, I know what you did. You switched out the balls for Nick Aldis because he switched the paper. So Miz could get another shot in the match or in the tournament. And R-Truth said, this is the person you screwed out of the match. And he handed the ball to the Miz. He opened it. He read the paper, and it said Hendry on it. And so Miz was confused. He said it into the mic. And then Joe Hendry, I guess he came from under the ring. He was right here. He showed up, and they had like a little thing with Truth and the Miz. He hit his finisher. Then they hit a 10 knuckle shuffle on the Miz and did Hendry's little turnaround, and then they celebrated with Joe Hendry pinning the Miz and R-Truth counting the pin. Jumping into the last match on the show, and not only on the show, but of John Cena's career. So many people were in the crowd from his past. Eve Torres, Trish Stratus, RVD, Mark Henry, Kurt Angle, Kevin Owens. Like, they were all there. Sami Zayn with his son. So many people were there. And that was just in the crowd. So many people could have been there backstage as well. I know Seth Rollins said he wanted to be there. So a lot of people at the end filled the ramp. But we'll get into that after. Because in the match, it started off kind of slow. They were like, the bell rang. Gunter actually walked away from Cena for a little bit. Then he got in, and they were like going. They were like kind of moving around. Then they locked up. They did a tie chain, where they did some chain wrestling, and they were just going at it. Then the crowd was really into it too. When they did a back and forth with the punches, the crowd was chanting loud with boos and yay or cheers, whatever. And it was insane. They chanted "F you Gunter" a lot. They chanted "Super Cena." They Gunter got Cena on the outside. He threw him into the steps, and John Cena chucked himself against the steps, pushing those steel steps far. Then Gunter went to the other set of steps and set it near the announce table, and Cena lifted Gunter up, put him through the table, and jumped off the steel steps. He didn't have to. It looked like a choice. It was just insane. Avalanche AA, but according to Michael Cole, an avalanche FU. It was crazy on how how the crowd was so into it. Michael Cole, he warned everyone. He said he was going to be biased. He was, but it's fair. It was a fair type of bias. It was great. And for the last, I want to say like 5 to 10 minutes, Gunter was trying to get Cena to pass out. Trying to get him to pass out. Like doing whatever he can. But every time Cena got up, he threw Gunter into this one set of the ring post. He threw him into another one after like 2 minutes of being in the hold. They did the thing where they lifted his arm. It went down twice, but it didn't go down the third time. He was resilient. And he even hit an AA one final time and then Gunter kicked out, got him in the sleeper hold, and it looked like it was the end for Cena. And sadly, it was. It looked like he was going to pass out, but then all of a sudden he started smiling. I guess I'm the only one who noticed that because everyone else thinks this was Triple H's decision and all that stuff. But this looked like a Cena decision because as he was fainting, he smiled. He had a smile on his face, and then he tapped out slowly. It looked like it was John Cena's choice to tap out, and I believe it was. I really believe it was. And after that, Gunter walked away. The crowd was dead silent. Then everyone backstage came out. Stu even took off his shirt and was wearing a John Cena shirt underneath. He was surrounding the ring. He wasn't holding a camera, though. He put the camera down, I guess, out of respect for Cena. Triple H came out. They booed him, chanted F you, and bald fraud, and all that stuff. They chanted whatever they could think of. AEW. They chanted it all to Triple H, but like I said, I don't think it was a Triple H decision. I think the tap out was Cena's choice. Punk wearing a Cena shirt, Cody wearing the suit. They gave Cena their titles, told him to wear it, and told him to show the crowd, get the crowd hyped. That's what he did. He had a little fun with it, and then he gave the titles back. Triple H told him to look at the Titantron as he played a very emotional video through John Cena's life. He even got his mom involved and in the video to talk about Cena, and he was definitely holding back tears. He even showed a clip of Vince McMahon talking about John Cena, and that got to him as well, as he likes Vince McMahon. So it was definitely heartfelt for John Cena. But after the video, he placed his arm, his his wristbands and armband. He placed them in the ring, walked out, and saluted one final time. That was gonna be a video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.